I'm here simply to remind you of the 4 words we just saw and what we call the WWE signature. Those 4 words are then, now, forever, and the most important word is together. Welcome to SmackDown.
But I do have a few things left to accomplish here before I inevitably go down in a glorious fireball of cancel culture.
The people I know that are on it are Bobby. I mean, his name is either Bobby Ashley or Bobby Lashley, and I really should know that. He's like this giant black guy, and he and the people who are part of his crew, I know that they called, or at least as of last year, they called themselves the Hurt Business.
Hurt Business?
The Hurt Business. Right? They wear
angle.
Suits. And they're like,
okay.
we're cool. Like, we're like...
People aren't built tough anymore. They aren't built to grind. They're built weak, soft. They're used to second-place trophies.
Will you help me laugh this jaBROni the hell out of Minneapolis, Minnesota? You suck!
Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go.
That's way too edgy, edgelord. Why don't you get on the bus and go to school?
Why don't you get on your knees and pray for death?
jaBROni, jaBRONI, ABC. Oh, it doesn't matter how you spell jaBROni.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the jaBROnis, presented by BodySlam.net. I'm Topher McCann, joined with your jaBROni World Champion, Mr. Mike Butler.
Hi.
Hello, sir.
Hi.
What's going on? Not much, really. Kind of a sleeper of a week.
It's I'm not gonna lie. It's disappointing. It's upsetting, and it's not how I want this reign as jaBROni World Champion to be remembered as. I pride myself as one of the greatest jaBROni World Champions that there ever was. And to have these things, these meticulous, irresponsible, dastardly things happen under my watch. It hurts.
You got the title, and then
I have
things fall apart.
I do have a statement prepared, if you don't mind. If you just it's the state of the jaBROni's address.
The floor is yours.
Let me just move my scorecard here real quick. My fellow jaBROnis, since we last left you, things have gone downhill. Jeff Hardy had a DUI, another DUI. Sasha Banks may or may not have been released. Naomi may or may not have been moved to the alumni section. But most recently, and probably most concerning is Randy Orton may be out for the year with a back injury. Oh, and Vince did stuff. Vince McMahon also had something happen, an investigation. And he also stepped down as CEO temporarily. So where does that leave the jaBROnis? Well, I can promise you when I won this title, I did not intend for any of this to happen. I did not intend for Jeff Hardy to conduct himself that way. I did not intend for Sasha Banks to conduct herself that way. And I did not expect to bring down the CEO of the WWE. I take a point of pride in that, actually. But for future, as long as I am your jaBROni World Champion, you'll not see me pay Toph $3 million to shut up. You will not see me release Toph, release anybody, especially if they're really good. More importantly, you won't see me get a DUI. And I'll tell you why. It's good. I don't drive, so I can't get a DUI. I promise this will turn into a much better reign. So thank you. And remember, I did not sleep with that woman.
That was fantastic. That was beautiful.
I meant every word.
That was beautiful. Yeah. A lot of stuff to go. I mean, you mentioned them all there. I mean, we can hit them however you want. But yeah, Jeff Hardy. I mean, that kind of happened.
All right. So, yeah, I mean, Jeff Hardy, with the DUI, I mean, it's sad. It's at this point, it's sad, but at this point, it's also, he has to be held responsible. Bottom line, and I didn't listen to Matt Hardy's podcast. I know he talked about it, about how Jeff's feeling and everything like that and whatnot. I genuinely hope he gets the help that he needs and he gets the shit together. And I mean, maybe it's time for him to hang it up. I don't know. Maybe it's time to hang it up. Maybe being on the road isn't best for him.
But yeah, I mean, all you can do really is just be, I mean, because it seemed like they were supposed to win the tag titles at this ladder match. So then, yeah, kind of just see how it goes. I mean, I watched the full video with the DUI and everything. I watched the full thing. He got noticed by the one cop, got a fist bump. And Jeff's probably like, oh no.
I hope that they felt terrible then, because I don't know. I've never been pulled over by a cop. So I don't know how it's like these days, but I felt like it's just a little extreme pulling 3 guns on the dude.
Yeah.
I found that very.
When I was watching it and I didn't know what car it was, and then slowly he was driving like a white Dodge, I believe, and he was in the left lane, and as the cops approached, and you just see him
and then he was in the right lane,
almost in the middle, and then he was going to the right. Looked like he was just going to the right lane with no signal, and then it was faked out, and he swerved right back into the left. I was like, oh no. No, what are you doing?
Stop it.
So,
terrible.
Luckily, no one was injured or anything, or he didn't pull over in like the middle of the highway. So
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that can count your blessings there. 9:45 in the morning. Like, I love a good beer, and even more so, I love a good whiskey. Much like Jeff Hardy, you will not find anything like that in my hands until like 10:30.
I mean, it's only a 45-minute cap.
Whiskey won't happen till like 12. Okay.
And then you also mentioned there's reports of Sasha Banks
Yeah, I mean, it
being
sounds.
released.
Yeah, there's like it's not. I don't think it's been confirmed. WWE hasn't said anything, but it sounds like more people are getting in touch with other people who are saying that it's probably true. Which I was prepared for that anyway when they got suspended, when Sasha and Naomi got suspended. So this isn't really necessarily big news to me.
I didn't hear about the alumni section thing.
I read that from somebody. I forget who it is, but they like Naomi was like switched briefly from the active to alumni, but then switched back. So I don't think she's on alumni anymore. For all we know, like Stephanie could be trying to work something out. Apparently, I heard a lot yesterday that she is beloved by the locker room. Apparently, which is crazy since we give her like so much shit.
Yeah, Steph rules.
I mean,
dude, she came out the drowning pool.
Yeah, she did. You're right.
And she looked fantastic. She still looks fantastic.
Still looks fantastic. I was watching an old like carpool karaoke episode with her and Triple H, and
I watched that.
She looks fine. She looks fine.
She's the boss.
She is the boss. But yeah, so that's not that big of news. I mean, it's big news, but like not shocking news. But like, come on, dude. Like, you couldn't capitalize on Sasha Banks, who's going to be the biggest crossover star now. Like, I would be shocked to see her back in wrestling right away. I think, she's going to want to test out the Hollywood waters.
Yeah, I saw something I saw a lot of people with Naomi, like people with like thoughts saying like she pulls up in a limo or something, and then she ends up coming out with like the bloodline or something like that. And I mean, we've talked about like her joining it potentially.
I mean, it would make sense. Yeah,
when they really weren't doing much with her at all until they paired. This is before she got paired up with Sasha, and when I see that, I'm like, yeah, I'd be down with that. That'd be cool.
I'd absolutely be down with that. It's better than what they were doing with her.
I see it as being like a real possibility,
especially now.
Especially with Roman's, maybe potential like not being on as many shows, just to have another character in the bloodline that they can kind of maybe build a story around. Like while Roman's not there, they could. And he's watching from a distance or something. There's stuff there that I think would be really good. So hopefully she comes back and
and you know what? I hope that Sasha comes back too. I think that's less likely, but
I don't. Yeah, just my opinion. I just feel like she's kind of.
I don't think she is.
She's done everything she's needed to do in the company, and I think she'll be better off actually without no strings attached.
I agree. She's gonna blossom.
Yeah,
like she's never blossomed before.
Go get it, Sasha.
Go get it, boss.
Naomi, get in the bloodline. Boom, nailed it.
Or also go get it too, wherever you go as well.
Yeah, you don't have to be in the bloodline. But the story
that could be a very real possibility very soon.
All right, we're gonna bring it over to Twitter now, where we can kind of we said there's just the Twitter threads where they just the big stories there at top, but it's a thread.
I also want to put like a disclaimer. I feel like it can go without saying that I don't think we're going to be talking much about the actual wrestling shows this week unless it pertains to certain stories that get brought up. But I mean, maybe if we have time. I don't know.
Yeah. So we will now let's get this all set up here. We're gonna go plain. We are going to throw up this screen here. All right, and we're all set. All right, Forbidden Drain thread.
Credit.
At Drain Bamager. This was thrown up with the allegations. And then underneath, we have many things that were known about, but this is like when grab your torch and your pitchforks and let's go. That's like this kind of thread's kind of like just to bring up things that have already been hashed. I wanted to we could add to it. They missed a lot, but
sure,
I'm sure if they wanted to add to it, they could. But so this was from the 80s here. Rita got in Vince's limo to discuss her contract, was forced to have oral sex to save her career. She didn't agree. Vince allegedly raped her the night July 16th, 1986.
See, now, I see Vince McMahon at 3 levels, okay? See, in the 80s and early 90s, he looks like a nice guy. Looks like a real nice guy. If you ever look at pictures, or I just watched Dark Side of the Ring about the steroid trials, he looked like a genuine nice guy. And then you have Mr. McMahon from the mid-90s all the way up to, let's say 2007, 2008. He got a little bit more evil. Then he got a little bit more evil. But then you fast forward to that guy on the screen, and then to what we have now up to yesterday. That guy I always thought of as an evil son of a bitch, like the second coming of Satan. But this is all just proof that he's just been Satan all along.
Let's scroll.
I mean, she's not bad looking.
All right,
this one sucks.
All right, so this was mentioned in a DVD that came out, I believe, in the mid-2000s. But in 2006, Vince came up with an incest storyline with his daughter, Stephanie. Vince's pitch was to have a Who's the Daddy story with Stephanie's unborn baby. The end game was either Vince or Shane being revealed to be the father. Luckily, Stephanie rejected the idea.
Could you imagine, like, if that storyline went along and Shane did that storyline? I don't know if he'd be able to like leave WWE ever. Like, I don't know if a job saw that and be like, "Yo, what's going on here?
Like, did you have your sister's baby?
Did you have your sister's kid?" Because we like frown upon that kind of stuff. You know.
Here comes no money.
Here comes $0.
All right, Snuka, 83, charged with murder of his girlfriend Nancy. And Vince was the one who did all the talking for his employee. He allegedly paid off investigators to save Snuka from legal troubles. To this day, WWE doesn't acknowledge those charges.
I don't know nearly enough about that situation.
But again,
I think I know the chick is from Philly, so
this has been known.
It has been known, yes.
Edge and Lita were both against the live sex celebration segment, but Vince McMahon didn't listen to anyone, including John Cena, who tried to cancel this idea. McMahon even threatened to fire Lita if she didn't do what the company had planned for her.
Now, this may sound wrong here, but hear me out. I don't feel as bad about this one. And here's why. No, yes, if they were against doing that, then yeah, it should have been scrapped, okay? But This is at a time where Lita was very well known, Edge was very well known, John Cena was pretty well known. If it really mattered that much, they would have given two shits if they were fired, and they would have walked the fuck out if they had a serious issue with it. Now, obviously, I'm not in their shoes, or boots, or panties, or drawers.
Anything.
But I would assume, that's me assuming that I mean, if I were in that position, I would have been like, dude, I'm not fucking doing this. There's no way. I'm out. Now, if it were like, Johnny Jobber in there who doesn't have a name for himself or nothing, then, yeah, you feel like you're forced to do it and you do it. Either way, it shouldn't have gone on.
All right. When Steve Austin's then wife, Deborah, filed domestic violence charges on him, McMahon was one of the first to cover up for him. He allegedly told Deborah to never discuss this publicly with anyone. After Austin walked out on WWE in 2002, he was briefly arrested for beating his wife. Again,
here's the thing with this one. And it's like not even about Mr. McMahon. It's about Steve Austin. I am not, and I know what you're about to say. Oh, this Steve Austin mark is about to defend this guy. I'm not about to defend him, okay? I'm not about to defend him at all. But I feel like, how come we don't hate Steve Austin? Because we don't hate Steve Austin, do we? We love Steve Austin, despite he did this brutal thing. And from the sounds of SmackDown last night, we still love Vince McMahon, apparently. Or at least Minnesota does.
This is, yeah. And this seems more of a story about, like, if something came out about Stone Cold more than maybe just because, I don't know. Again, there's a main story, and then it's just like a reminder. The cancel culture comes in and continues to, and I'm not saying I agree with Vince McMahon at all, but I'm just saying all these other things aren't really anything. There's one main thing that needs to be talked about at the top, the main story. But all these other things are just like,
I mean, I think this is just kind of adding to whatever he did yesterday.
Yeah. This one now. Jim Ross once revealed that Vince wasn't going to sign Gail Kim in the company, but changed his mind after Ross told him that men were into Asian porn. Jim even said McMahon didn't believe such a thing existed in the first place.
What the fuck does he think? Like,
what?
Do you think just like Asian people don't have sex on camera, or like they're not as kinky as Americans? Whoa.
You can find stuff that's not blurred out. Believe me.
Yes.
Asians are all over the place. They're fantastic, Vince. I mean, and JR loves his porn.
JR loves his Asian porn, apparently.
Damn right. So this one, I mean, this is just JR looking out for his buddy. That's all at that point. Vince opened his eyes.
They got a good talent out of it, but
he was like
treated her like shit.
Yeah. Ooh, steroids. Neck
Did I
brace.
tell you? I never ever tell you I met Gail Kim's husband, Robert Irvine. I met him, the chef.
How? What did he say to you?
He was as everyone knows, I worked for Wawa up until recently, and we had a little conference. They called him a Goose Jam. We actually had it at the celebrations where I got married in Bensalem, and yeah, he was a speaker there. So yeah, I have a nice picture of him on my Facebook with me and him.
Did he pull like a Carl Anderson and brag about his hot Asian wife?
No, but I did see her. She had a little room up there, which would turn into me and Dana's like wedding suite that we were in while everyone like gathered around for cocktail hour. But I didn't get to meet her, but I saw her walk up the steps into the room. he didn't brag. He just had sweaty armpits that were very visible. And I told him that I was a big fan of his wife, and he didn't say anything.
Ah. I'm sure he hears that all the time. He probably would rather
He
hear.
probably gets sick of it. Actually,
He's like, "Are you a fan of my cooking?"
I was like, "I don't." Yeah, so that's the thing. Like, I know he sponsors like a power bar. I think that I've stocked many times, but I've never seen him on TV before. I just knew he was on
we
TV.
haven't. All right, we can't ignore Vince and his neck brace. 90s steroid trial.
Neck brace. I watched Dark Side of the Ring the day that this news broke. God, that neck brace is significant. Significant.
He had to do two or three buttons he had to do to get that. You can't wear a tie then.
Absolutely not. You're not going to wear a tie. No.
Look at this fashion. Let's look over here. Look at these. Look at the bags on this guy's sleeve right here.
And then we have Alex Trebek over here.
Yeah. All right. So we got the 90 steroid trial. McMahon was accused of giving steroids to his wrestlers like candy, and many wrestlers even testified against him. He even transferred WWE's ownership to his wife, Linda, because there was no way he was getting out of this without a miracle.
There was also apparently a plan in place if he had to go away for a little bit, and it was Jerry Jarrett, or at least it's rumored to be Jerry Jarrett. So think about that. What would have happened if he went to jail? What kind of world would we be living in right now? I watched this episode of Donahue like 3 times. I've watched it 3 times in my life about these two. This next one, crazy.
All right, so yeah, in 1992, Terry Garvin and Mel Phillips were accused of sexually harassing a young ring attendant named Tom Cole. Garvin and Phillips were fired and were never brought back. McMahon knew about this, but still didn't do anything. Cole committed suicide some time ago.
It's nuts, and it's like it's gone on for like years and years and years.
Yeah,
this next one's just tasteless, dude. Like, it's fucking stupid.
Yeah, so McMahon personally interviewed Melanie Pillman on the Raw the day after Brian Pillman's death. Used as a ratings ploy, they plugged it throughout the night on Raw. Vince used Melanie to avoid any accusations of drug steroid abuse within the company. This was wild.
That is so dumb. So dumb. Like, I don't like on both parts. Like, first of all, Vince, why? And Melanie, she just, RIP, she just passed away too. She must have gotten like a huge paycheck. Like, that's the only reason I could think that she would agree to even do this.
Yeah, that's all right. When we continue here,
It's like the never-ending list.
Ashley Mazzaro. They were in a WWE tour in the Middle East. She claimed to have been raped, sodomized by a member of the military while on the trip. Vince told her to keep quiet so the relationship with the military was not hurt.
Like, who gives a fuck about your relationship with the military? Like, what's the big deal? Like, why? Because you went to Iraq every year? You don't even do that anymore. You go to like a base in America. What do you fucking do? It's fucking stupid. Again, stupid. Dumb.
All right. There we go. China. After China was aware that Triple H and Stephanie had been in a relationship behind her back, things between her and WWE deteriorated. China stated in an interview after meeting with Vince about the situation, she was sent home and received a fax telling her she was not needed anymore.
When did that all happen? Is there a year? No. Like, I wonder. I was trying to look back and wonder like when that started to happen and
the exact moment when.
not the exact moment, but like the time frame of when they started to like see each other, and then China found out. I always try to like see if I can notice anything on TV, maybe the animosity or China just stop showing up or something, and I can never do it.
We could figure this out. There's probably several little small documentaries on YouTube about the.
There's literally a China documentary that for some odd reason I have not watched yet.
Gotta get on it.
I got to. It costs money.
You might never get to it because we still have a lot of these left to go. All right. Wow.
His documentary is going to be wild. His documentary is going to have to be like a 10-part documentary. It's going to be the next Last Dance documentary.
According to one insider, how is this only one insider? He's like Tony. He's like Tony. He's like our boy TK.
I kind of have to apologize to Tony here. You know, I feel like
it's like
you know what? I don't even know why I never even like thought about it, but it makes fucking sense.
This is so Vince. Vince not only did a tremendous amounts of cocaine, but bragged about it. Vince is quoted as saying, "I can snort as much as that stuff as anyone can put in front of me and never get hooked."
I mean, obviously the bragging's going to happen. Like, you know, when I finished my first 12 pack, I'd be like, "Yo, dude, what's up, bro?" You always so like, you know, you're like my strategy usually is to drink with someone who drinks less than you, so you can brag about it the next step. You know, so unfortunately, there's not many people who get drunk quicker than me. So you know that's. So when I do find that person, you know, I definitely brag about it. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and then if I do any type of drugs, you know, like I'm somebody who doesn't do drugs normally, I brag about it. Like, yeah, dude, I took a bump, didn't get nothing, didn't feel shit, whatever, dude.
Man,
but yeah,
here we go.
Oh my god.
In 2006, McMahon was accused by a tanning salon attendant in Boca Raton, Florida. According to the criminal complaint, McMahon showed the attendant nude photos of himself. When she didn't bite or wherever he was interested in, Vince was accused of forcing himself on her.
I did not know about this one. I meant to tell you this.
All right.
About this one.
I had questions just about this one in general. In 2006, I still feel like, are we at this point? Are we like flip phones here? Photos he's showing.
2006 is like flip phone, maybe Motor, the Razor phone, maybe. You know.
Hello, Moto.
Hello, Moto.
The
yeah,
peanut phone.
One.
Are we not?
Yeah.
So
it's definitely past Nokia Brick.
And great phone.
I think we are at Moto Razor. 2006. I was sophomore in high school, so no.
I was out in the world.
I was a sophomore in high school. I think sophomore.
Yeah, I was in my first year of college.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah, I graduated in 2005. All right.
I don't think I actually had a cell phone until like junior year of college or high school.
I remember I got the phone that I still currently have the number right now to when I was 12 because I used to go up to the playground and play basketball, and my mom wanted me to be able to keep in touch. I've somehow ended up getting that and having that phone number since now I'm 35, so I've had that number forever.
Yeah, I've had the same number since junior year of high school.
So is Vince going to a CVS with his camera and getting these?
No, I think he's literally taking his flip phone and like taking a picture of his dick. That's because like you can't take full portraits of yourself with your cell phone, unless he had like professionally done nude photos of himself.
It's possible he has,
or like maybe he. You know what he did? Got it. You know what did exist? There's little timer cameras where you can like set a timer. He gets naked, steps into the fucking front of the camera. Boom! What's up?
Gives a
hammer down. That's probably
nice.
what it was. Probably what it was.
That's exactly what happened.
It's
all right. So we got McMahon repeatedly mocked Jim Ross and his Bell palsy on WWE TV during the peak of the anti-bullying and Be a Star campaign.
Always thought that was weird. Always thought that was weird.
It happened all the time.
All
But
the time.
yeah,
Like
same.
they bully, like it was like the main basis of the show was like your top heel bullying somebody, and it's like it's wild. Always blew my mind.
This is what CM Punk was going to talk about when he got cut off, man.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I mean, I'm assuming that's what he was going to say.
He's like, he fucks with Jay. But that he couldn't get that line out because they cut him off. Yo.
This one.
2005. Vince McMahon agreed to a KKK gimmick in WWE, is confirmed by Chavo Guerrero. He further revealed in the interview that he wanted to go the whole 9 yards with the gimmick and said that he wanted to come out dressed as a Klan member, but they later backed out. What are we, Mike? What are we fucking doing here?
Dude, I feel like if this were to have ever happened, this would have been like I would not be watching any wrestling if this happened. Like this would have, I would have stopped watching 100% if this happened. That's so, like, I guess it's the times. He grew up in a different time, and it just boggles my mind. And like, we didn't grow up in the greatest time. Like, you know, I remember episodes of Jerry Springer where they did have Klan members on TV. But like, I would never think of actually doing that. Like,
I feel like I watched an episode of like Walker Texas Ranger when he fucked up a bunch of them.
Right before Raw, right?
Yeah, and that was fucking cool, but I don't want to see that carry over into the I was not watching it this time. Right, high school. This is when I checked out for a while, so I would have missed it I would have heard about it though.
Damn, you missed like Batista's rise and everything. Fuck.
I was never really a big Batista fan. Oh no.
I like Big Dick. Big Dave. Sorry.
All right. 3 weeks after Owen Hart's death on a live pay-per-view, his wife Martha Hart launched a wrongful death lawsuit against the WWF. She included her children, Owen's parents, on the lawsuit. WWE settled out of court approximately for $18 million on November 2nd, 2000.
All I'll say about this one is, until you are put in the same position as Vince, I wouldn't talk about anything. Now, do I agree that the show went on? No. But I'm not in that position. If I were in that position, I don't know. If I thought that Owen was going to survive, maybe I would have. I don't know. Can't tell you. But as far as wrongful, yeah, I mean, they settled out of court. I mean, I don't necessarily think that that's, as opposed to what, you know, like, as opposed to what he took care. I mean, as opposed to going to trial, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess.
And then what happened? Then what's happening?
Yeah, it's. Oh, I gotta lie. This one made me chuckle. Then I kind of want to say it. Matt Hardy revealed that Vince McMahon in 2003 wanted him to team with Mark Henry and talk like a black person. Matt said that he was supposed to talk about being suppressed and talk with a black slang.
Was Jeff not in the picture in 2003? I can't remember.
He might have been
2003. What are we at? That's WrestleMania. Yeah, WrestleMania 19. Yeah, I don't think he was with the company at that time. Because like, to put him back with Jeff, if that's what you got before the guy. Thankfully,
2003. I mean, you get away with things on TV in 2003.
Not that.
Hey, they were dropping They were dropping.
What year was Tropic Thunder released? Because Robert Downey Jr. put on a performance of a lifetime.
I feel like after this.
Yeah, probably.
Because I mean, in 2003, they were saying the F word, not the other one about the gay people one. They were saying that willingly. We were watching the OC. They were saying it all the time.
That's true. That is true.
So 2003 was kind of still where things were a little, but I'm surprised that one didn't happen. I'm surprised Vince didn't fight for that one.
That's what we should do. We should go. What are we more surprised about? That fucking Chavo didn't join the KKK or that one?
Yeah, I feel like Vince would have really pushed. Maybe if he wasn't getting the KKK storyline, he would probably have to push for Matt being black. Oh, God. Tiger Ali Singh complained to Vince about making him wear a turban and traditional Indian garb, telling him it was offensive to his people and desecration. Vince replied, "You and D'Lo are going to put on those fucking turbans. I don't care about desecration."
I remember this is the first time I've ever, and I know that's crazy, but this is the first time ever I was looking at the show not in a fan aspect, and I'm like, D'Lo's not of that descent, so why is he wearing a fucking turban?
It's the same thing where Matt Hardy's not black.
Like, it's the first time I guess it's the first time I questioned creative without knowing I questioned creative. 'Cause I think at that time I didn't think it was real, but I was like thinking like not one person was in control of what people were doing. I was thinking that everyone came up with their own ideas.
Oh, you were
how
so
it probably
young
should be.
and naive. A young
Yeah,
Michael
it's so
Butler.
nice.
All right, and then that ends it there. That's the
end of the thread. That is not the end of Vince McMahon's situations.
Yeah, so this is going to be a day-by-day thing. I think things are going to keep coming out. All right, so Vince was on Raw, and then he
was on SmackDown, sir.
I'm sorry. Yes, he came on SmackDown. He started off the show. Honestly, where I missed it, I must have started it right when the SmackDown intro played, because he left. It went black for a second, and they played like the intro video, and that's must have when I just put it on. So I remember towards the end, I was like, I hit you. I was like, did he come out? You're like, he came out in like the very beginning. I was like, I figured it wasn't going to be Madcap. I figured if it was going to be Vince, but yeah. So he came out, and what did you think about that? Him coming out and doing the.
So I told this. I said this to my buddy, who texted me afterwards, and I saw this opinion on Twitter as well. I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't that. When in reality, I probably should have expected something like that. I didn't expect him to address what was going on, because I don't think he would. Yeah. I guess I was expecting maybe a goodbye, heartfelt type of message, or maybe, I don't know, if you're on Fox, maybe a throw in an apology there, or try to claim innocence if you're innocent. I don't know. It seemed like
it seemed like he was told.
Maybe it was a goodbye. I mean, maybe it was a goodbye, and that's just maybe he doesn't wear his emotions on his sleeve, and that's what he does. But either way, it was a dumb idea to just go on TV anyway.
I think it was to just show like they were saying, things being said backstage, like business as usual. So He goes out smiling, strutting, says their little signature, and then he's gone. And it just looks like it's making it look like it's not bothering him. It's business as usual.
Right. Yeah. But I mean, I guess that's something that you kind of have to do in that situation, I guess. I mean,
yeah, he's not going to come out
keep
and
your emotions calm, like what's going on. And according to reports, he was in a very good mood backstage. So I mean, that's kind of like what you got to keep up that act, I guess.
It's not like he was going to come out and drop like some, like, oh, the things said against me currently, they're liars. Like, he's not going to.
He's smarter to do that. He's smarter than that.
Like, it reminded me, like, when Kevin Spacey had all that shit about him, and then that show, was it House of Cards or whatever?
Yeah.
Character, I think his name was Frank something, maybe. Like, he did a video, like, in character, like, kind of talking about the allegations against him, but he was in character as his House of Cards person. I feel like he might have did 2 of them, and I was like, whoa, this is crazy that this guy's doing this. And then for a second, when I thought, like, if Vince did come out and just start in character, but it literally was just to get eyeballs on it. You knew he was going to come out to start the show.
Right.
I just don't see the
again, it was dumb to fucking.
Oh my God. Did you see this?
I did, actually. I did see that.
Let's watch it. Can we get it from the beginning?
Yeah, just drag the bubble.
There we go. Oh,
what a right hand.
Oh,
there you go.
He's saying stop, but then, you can't. He's done.
I'm done. Oh, no.
Damn.
I don't know who won. I feel like, I know it's not looking good for the guy on the ground right now, but I feel like the guy who's like not green trunks. I guess that's gray. I guess the guy in the gray bathing suit wins personally for me.
Really?
I do think that I do.
Well, we got to go through this more time. I feel like Green won this.
Really? Like hands down?
Yeah.
I mean, he got a couple shots in, but.
All right, let's get through this again a little bit here. All right, a push.
I mean, there's interference right there. Clearly. Look at that dip. He dipped him.
But there's nothing that happened. There's no damage yet. Boom.
He ate
That's a clean shot right there.
He ate that shit.
Regardless if he ate it, boom. If we're looking at, if this goes down to a round, we're saying it's split right now, and this is round 3. So far, I have Green winning.
Like so far round-wise. That's the quickest fucking round. You can't say
we're not done yet.
You don't even know if that punch hit. You don't even know if that punch hit from this angle.
A miss, but no.
Look at that.
He said stop.
Look at that. He's like, look, he's begging for his life right now. He's begging for his life. That's minus points right there.
He came at me, and he's saying, you know what?
Or do you think he's saying, like, you know what? I don't want to kill the motherfucker, so.
Yeah, I think the dude in green shorts thinks he's younger, and I feel like he doesn't want to hurt the guy. And it looks like he goes away, and then this guy, they cut it, but it looks like this guy comes back and tries to.
You don't know what happened in that cut. That's
true. You think it's
gray shorts probably fucking fucked him up during the cut, you know?
He was punching him in the face for 15 seconds, but
the person taking the video is Team Green Shorts and didn't want us to see what Gray Shorts did.
This could be true because I feel like this video is one-sided for Green.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
nah. See, that wasn't a shot though.
Shots. We're deducting a point. We're deducting a point.
He fell. It was like such a strong punch that he missed and fell.
But at some point coming up here, it looks like he gets him like in a submission. Gray Shorts has Green Shorts in a submission almost.
And then boom, 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 boom.
He's serving him, So he has a leg takedown. Oh,
yeah, he's got to look. That's a point.
it's shots.
You can't hit in the back of the head. And then boom.
Look at this. I
boom,
think he's going to choke him out here. And then
boom.
He's back on top.
Waist lock.
Their
Done.
knees have to be
And he doesn't want any. He doesn't want any more. He's done. He's done. Gray shorts all the way.
That's riveting.
Anyway, back to Vince.
We're done with it. Whoa, it's Ludwig Kaiser. I remember this tweet. This is when Ronda Rousey on the women's WWE locker room. It's a bunch of cupcakes and hand jobs. Everyone's having a great time.
Isn't everything just a bunch of cupcakes and hand jobs, you know?
Oh, Ludwig. You're a treasure. Ocho Cinco lives in Philly basically now?
Basically, he's native.
Oh, and this got you going here. Randy and John.
Ain't happening now. I don't know. I feel like a back surgery is probably like, I think I'm just going to be a part-timer and, come back for the big 4, big 5, whatever, Don't really feel...
So I'm watching the Philly special. Orange Cassidy, Ryan Gosling looking like here with Barbie. Linda McMahon is all elite.
Poor thing. Not about being all elite, just overall poor fucking thing.
I love it. People were bringing up this old Jason Tatum tweet. Got Golden State in 6 from he tweeted this 7 years ago.
That's funny as shit.
John Cena being awesome.
It's John Cena being John Cena,
Obviously, it's the captain. I talked to the cat. Hopefully, be having the captain on here soon. Let's see.
Our captain?
What's the captain here? The Philly captain here. So that's the Philly captain. That is my cousin John. You follow him at Philly_captain. He roams Philly sometimes in some bad neighborhoods, but he was hounding that guy who comes to the ballparks and catches the home runs. Zach Campry, or let me see. It has to be recent. He freaked out about Flow Rider. There's him with he's going to see Flow Rider. I think he saw him last night.
Big Flow Rider.
Oh my God, he got on stage with Flow Rider. This dude.
You said that's your cousin?
That's my cousin John. John McCann.
He's so much cooler than you. That's crazy.
He's way cooler than me.
It's cooler than both of us. Let's face it.
Oh my God, is this the clip?
He's got moves too. That's amazing.
This dude's a nut. Oh man. The Philly captain. All right. Do we have anything else here on Twitter we need to get into? No. Let's get back to where we once belong. Get back to where you won't finish it, so we don't get copyright. See how I cut out so we didn't play any of that Flow Rider song?
Love it.
I'm getting really good at this. These copyrights. All right. We could talk about real quick before we finish it up. Anything on the shows that we watched this week. Madcap had his revenge.
Madcap is looking real fucking good right now. They may or may not have something with this guy. I'm trying to talk as quietly as I can because I don't want them to hear me say that because I don't want them to fuck it up. But Madcap is on fire right now, and I am very excited to see where this goes.
Yo, are we doing a McAfee Corbin feud?
I don't desire it, but I do desire McAfee on my television at all times.
There's a
So,
story there. They used to be roommates.
is that a true story?
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know that. Yeah, all right. I'm down. I'm down. If there's a story there, I'm down. And
Did it not seem?
down.
Did it not seem like? Because why would?
No, it definitely seemed like it. Yeah, absolutely.
Like, were they just? Did they just? Was that what a last laugh match is? That
I don't know what the fuck a last laugh match was. I still don't.
is that the end of it? Is someone gets on the mic and laughs them off and calls them a jabroni?
I guess it was just like a fancy name because it's supposed to be the fucking blow off, and yeah, I got the last laugh. Fuck you, I'm done with you. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's what that is, but either way, pretty wild.
I mean, so this is it. I feel like the Corbin and Madcap feud is completely done here now, and it looks like they'll probably move on.
I agree.
But just for old time's sake,
Sometimes this guy comes in handy, especially when he keeps me happy by telling them jokes. Tell him a joke. Give him a joke. Come on, get right now.
One? How about three? I got 2 short ones and a long one.
Okay, let
Ready?
me hear it. Yeah.
Joke, joke, joke.
Oh, that's ridiculous. Oh my God.
the only thing Madcap has is a long one.
That's goddamn truth. That's the goddamn truth. I hope he doesn't stop telling jokes.
I feel
like he could be serious, but then every once in a while, just sprinkle one in there.
Give us a little joke. Make us want it though. I love it.
Salt Bay of the jokes.
I guess random. Ezekiel has said that.
Yeah, I'm so excited for that. Oh my God, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
We're getting Elias. What do you think's gonna happen? All right. Hold on. 3 things gonna happen. 3 things.
This is what we should have been.
One of 3 things will happen, and I don't even know what the third thing is, but I'm sure there is something. He's gonna come out, and you ever see Jackass where they, shave certain areas and make a beard? He's gonna come out in one of those pasty beard things. That's 1. 2. I forget what 2 is.
CGI beard?
No, it wasn't CGI. It was something else. I forget. Oh, 2. They're literally bringing in Damien Sandow for a one-off. Or 3, and I figured it out. Or maybe just thought of it for the first time. I don't know. He is a secret twin that we never knew about, and Elias actually returns. Either way, I'm excited for any of those options.
Yeah, so we're getting. I don't know if we're getting a performance.
If I am Kevin Owens, which I'm not, but if I was, I would be demanding a tag team match.
This could then have
I would demand a handicap match.
Didn't I tell you we're continuing with this storyline?
Yeah, but I mean, look what it's brought us. I thought it was a bad idea, but now
this is
idea.
Awesome.
This is great shit.
So yeah, dude, everyone's hurt. Cody's hurt. Raw's fine, dude. We got KO and Ezekiel.
And thank God they're bringing back Elias because they need him. They need him.
They really do. We need some faces.
I mean, there's, what happened last night, too.
There was a pose off.
Oh, I didn't watch that. I'm sorry. That's all you, bro.
Yeah, I barely remember. I just remember that there was a pose off. I don't even remember if I saw it and what happened during it.
That main evented. No,
Oh
it
my
didn't
God,
main event. No, it didn't main event. What main evented? Ray and Veer.
Was it the women? Did the women's have a
No.
something? That was last week.
Yeah, Rey Mysterio and Veer main evented. Which, nothing wrong with Veer main eventing, but like,
Not
I mean,
when
nothing wrong with Ray main eventing either. But I mean, like,
not when Seth and AJ's on the card.
not when Seth and AJ's on your card, not when Ezekiel is on your card as well. But
He's a top guy.
he is a top guy. He is definitely a top babyface on Raw. Which, speaking of top babyfaces on Raw, bone to pick with last night. Look, I love Brock fucking Lesnar. Love that man to bits. I really do not want to see Lesnar and Reigns again.
We had
I'm
fun
glad
with this
they
one,
made it.
apparently.
I'm glad they made it Last Man Standing, because at least that's something different. But fuck.
I texted you, Brock, all caps. Let's fucking go.
Back to like babyface, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I may well be wrong. I don't remember, like, I don't know, Bobby Lashley and Roman Reigns having a match ever. Like, maybe like once when like Reigns said like, "Oh, you failed as an MMA guy," and came back, which was weird because Bobby didn't fail as an MMA guy. Pretty sure he didn't lose, or maybe lost once.
Pretty successful, actually.
Yeah.
But he's hot, Bobby.
But I mean, like, we haven't seen that in years. That was when Bobby first came back. So, like, can we get like maybe Bobby versus Roman instead? Again, I feel like this is, oh my God, Vince is leaving and we don't have anybody. So let's break that emergency glass and bring out Lesnar. But like, you didn't have to yet. At least you didn't have to.
Yeah, it was that exact scenario when like Cena came back against Roman. Like Roman already at that time too went through everybody, and I was like, oh my God, it would be so funny if just like Cena came out right now. But I thought it was hilarious that Lesnar came out.
Interesting. I feel like this is not good for Roman. And this is not good for WWE either, because you have Brock Lesnar, part-timer. Roman Reigns, basically part-timer now, which is so fucking wild to think. But, I mean, calling a spade a spade.
It's true. He had a nice little run. His last run he was around a lot more, but yeah.
Do they put the title on Brock? But keep Roman strong, since he won't be getting pinned in the match. Now, WWE does not help themselves either way, because Brock is going to probably be there less than Roman will be there. So, what do you do? Or, and you'll probably love this, you got this Money in the Bank briefcase coming down in a few weeks. You have a certain Seth Rollins grab that briefcase and then repeat WrestleMania 31 all over again at SummerSlam. Which I think is actually the correct call.
They're set. I mean, he mentioned it in I think there was an interview segment with Rollins, and he that was the setup. I was like, oh, it's there. Like that's just. I mean, that's one of my favorite moments. I love that Mania. I know I mentioned the Cass and Ty. I was like, if you guys ever do that watch match on anything on Mania 31, like I'm in on it. But that would be the cash in from Rollins would be awesome. And it is there, and it does keep.
Seth needs a title run. Seth, Owens, Zayn. I want all three of them to have a fucking title run this year. Not going to happen, but I want it to happen. And then Steve Austin to come back and have one more title run as well.
So if he does it, would you think it would be best that instead of this time that he pins Lesnar? Because last time he cashed in, he made it a triple threat, so he could pin anybody. So the same thing would occur. But does Reigns get knocked out of it this
You
time?
could
And
do that.
then Reigns is completely protected there in that scenario.
You could do that, yeah. I guess you could do that, but like, I feel like there's a rematch there involved somewhere. So I feel like
This is just because the reign is so long, and if you're going to sacrifice the number of days he's had the title for something, you can still, I don't know. I just feel like that's the way to protect Roman.
I think Reigns, once he loses the title, I think you just need to stay away for a little bit. If you're going to be part-time in it and stuff, just stay away after you lose the title. Get some R&R, make some movies, maybe cut a couple Twitter rants on The Rock to keep the WrestleMania idea in fresh. Do that kind of stuff. Have Rollins and Lesnar have a little beef, get a pay-per-view match out of it, and then you could do Seth and Drew at the Cardiff thing, the the UK pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
You could do that. The problem is, now that I think about that UK pay-per-view, they probably want Roman and Drew, and that's where Roman maybe drops the title. So you're probably doing that.
Oh, man. That's just the thing. It's like you kind of know it's kind of going to be Roman and Drew. So it's like we have
like Drew.
two pay-per-views right now where it's kind of like we know where it's going to get to that.
Yeah.
And then it's all right, is Money in the Bank going to even be involved before? Or like they said, there was rumors months ago that it was going to get held until WrestleMania.
I would love for them to bring the Money in the Bank match back to WrestleMania.
What, at WrestleMania?
Yeah, I would.
I was referring to then, like, whoever wins it was going to hold.
No, I don't want that. No. No.
You're quick. You're like the Ambrose cashing in immediately.
Yeah, I mean, no. It's not even like that. I just want the match. I don't want the match, I don't want the thing to have its own pay-per-view. I thought it was real special at WrestleMania, and now that there's only one title, I feel like you can do that. What are you gonna do? Dedicate a pay-per-view to one match where you're just gonna have one of those matches? All right, yeah, but Hell in a Cell usually has two at least, not like fucking this year where it had dumbass one.
But a lot of them are like that. Do they still do TLC in December? Or is it?
Yeah. No,
I know we're getting Extreme Rules in October, and for the I always if there's an Extreme Rules pay-per-view, I always hate when there's just like a singles match. It's just nothing.
Yeah, like there's
it's Extreme Rules. Like, you guys can't just have a singles match.
Like, if they're gonna bring Extreme Rules here, they need to do it right and bring it to the 2300 arena. That's what they need to do.
Just
take the pay cut, bro. Just take the pay cut and have a show there. All right, that'd be fucking wild.
Or just pack in some people there, like they did for that Raw anniversary, and do like a couple matches there.
Sure.
Do like 3 matches there, and you can do the rest at where you get. That's not a bad idea. It would be a crazy atmosphere.
Not a bad idea. I'm fucking genius, bro. They have an ECW one night stand. Oh, let's have it at the Hammerstein Ballroom, not fucking 2300 Arena. What a fucking dumbass.
This potentially could be. Do we need to talk about anything else?
I don't think so.
All right, this could be a very unanimous quick one, possibly.
I don't think so.
Johnny Cena went to town riding on a pony. Rock stuck a feather up his ass and called him a jaBROni.
You don't cut off the champion when he's speaking with any of your little segues. What is this? Oh, that's my upstairs. I thought it was something in my camera. You don't cut the champ off when he's speaking.
Floor is yours.
I wasn't going to say anything. I just said I don't think we're going to agree on our jabroni of the week, honestly.
Go. Who's your jabroni of the week?
Who's yours? Is yours Vince?
I mean,
because that's predictable, bro. You have your options. Are you sure you want to go with Vince?
I didn't say who it was yet.
I didn't say who it was yet. I don't know if
we already talked about who my jabroni of the week was. Like, I think very in the beginning. So that's why mine was kind of boring.
I gotta stop drinking.
He needs to get the help, but I'm going.
Oh, no way. Are you really?
Yeah, come on, man. What are we doing here?
No, yeah, no, I get that. But, like, kick a man.
After the whole, especially it was, like, sucked after the whole, like, the drug testing with WWE and all that stuff. And it kind of, it made, like, WWE kind of look like bad. It's just like, oh, really? And then, I don't know, kind of was all just proven still that he has a lot of stuff that he's dealing with. And the whole, I don't know, just he had no license. And it's just not good.
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
You're done? All right. So, I could go and do...
Are you going to talk about me?
I could, trying to look. I could go the easy route.
You better not.
I could go the easy route and do Vince. Hello, sir.
Hello. God damn it.
I could go the easy route and go Jeff.
Yeah, mine was a layup.
But I am taking the easiest route of them all. Now, I will not say this man's name because I don't want him to get any hate mail from any of our viewers, even though he probably has
I know who you're talking.
Many viewers. But there was somebody who released the name of the person involved in the NDA with Vince McMahon. And all I'm saying is, you saw it in Minnesota. You saw the reaction Vince got. There are so many Vince guys and gals, apparently, because there were some women there cheering too, which is baffling. Imagine the amount of hate that woman is now receiving, not just from Minnesota, but from the world. The world. Or, if some people, the world. Because it's flat, apparently. It's just, like, so dumb.
Yeah,
So,
I don't see what you get out of it.
You don't get nothing out of it. You call yourself a WWE insider. You're a piece of shit. You're a bigger piece of shit than Meltzer. And Meltzer's a piece of shit. Like, huge piece of shit. And you have somehow managed to be a bigger piece of shit than David Meltzer. Fuck you, sir. You know who you are. Everyone knows who you are. You're a piece of shit for doing it. You're shit. You're jabroni shit. You may just be jabroni. Just every week, I'm going to keep telling myself that you're jabroni of the year. Just cause. Just so I remember when the jabroni awards come around, that I'll remember that you are jabroni of the year.
It's a bold statement.
I mean, it might be Vince. It might be Vince depending on how the investigation goes, but If that investigation comes back and Vince doesn't do any like time, I don't know how investigations work. You're in trouble, guy on Twitter who everybody knows. For damn sure. Tony Khan should be lucky. He's like third on the list now. Went from number 1 to number 3.
But for now, it's you son of a bitch.
Johnny Cena went to town riding on a pony. Rock stuck a feather up his ass and called him a jaBROni.
Oh, right.
You know what? This wasn't bad. I thought we were going to be on here for like 2 hours.
Yeah, no. We went through the thread. We talked.
We did everything.
We tackled it all. We have how long we got until we got like 2 weeks until Money in the Bank?
Till Money in the Bank. Yeah, 2 weeks.
So that jaBROni World Championship be up on the line. Find it. There it is. And hopefully I could change down here to get rid of that former. We need that 5-time.
You get to do all the cool stuff. I want to do the But like, you're always going to be able to get the cool stuff. You're going to be the first 17-time world champion. I'm not. I just have to hope I can be the longest reigning world champion.
You need a Roman's reign.
I need a Roman Reigns reign.
That's what I was trying to do, and then
have we hit 100? You've hit 100 days, right?
Yeah, I remember I was almost at like 200. Wasn't I like 2 something almost? Like I remember I did.
Yeah, you were up there.
So I think that's like somewhere it's around 200 something, like the low 200s.
Yeah.
It can be.
I gotta beat that.
It can be attained.
It can be attained. I just gotta be smart.
But you can follow the show at jaBROnis Pod.
Yeah. I'm doing my plug too of my Twitch because I haven't been on Twitch in like a week because of work. And I haven't had a chance to, but we're doing the Quarry again tonight. We're gonna continue this story because it picked up the last episode. So
I keep seeing a lot of stuff about this Quarry.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And ex deathmatch wrestler David Arquette is in the game, so we're doing that. And I was gonna say something else too.
Do you have an Oculus?
I do,
because I'm thinking about buying the Golf Plus game, and I was like,
I don't think you. You might have to buy it. It's like $5 or $10 though.
No, there's one on there. I thought it was like 30. It has like top. It has
That's the only reason I have an Oculus. Me and all my brothers have an Oculus, and that's what we play all the time.
Oh, so I'm gonna get it today, I think, and try it out. The golf. Do you have like the attachment to play, or you just use do you use both wands when you're golfing, or do you hold just one?
Just the one.
So you just have. And do you treat it? Does it honestly treat like you hold it the same way that you would hold a golf club?
You could do it with one hand if you wanted to. It's actually much easier to do it with one hand. But I mean, if you want to be like an actual player, you do it with two, because one is like kind of cheating because you can launch it with one.
Yeah. I saw people, there's like attached. Yeah, but I did see attachments.
I don't have any attachments.
It goes into the bottom and it's like more of it's like this. So it's a club actually with a little handle.
No, I don't have any of that shit.
I was like, whoa.
No, I don't have any of that shit.
I need that. So I'm going to need to find you on Oculus. I don't know. It's probably not under my name. There's someone who's named my son. It's me.
Well, I think I'm Butler 1127 there. That's usually my.
I'm gonna find you.
That's usually my gamer tag with everything. So,
but yeah.
For
so
anybody who has a PlayStation, it's Butler 1127. You can find me on PlayStation. You can get wrecked in the show. You can get wrecked in 2K22 WWE, obviously.
I haven't played that in forever.
I just played. I was on that shit right before I got on here. There's always something to download, There's always creators. My mind goes boom, you know what I'm saying?
Every time I go on there, I feel like my PlayStation has to be updated, and then WWE 2K22 needs to be updated. And then it's already like...
I don't know if you could see that. You can't. Hold on. No, never mind. But
Oh my God, did Bray Wyatt tweet something?
No.
He always does this.
Like I have a fucking. I don't know if you could see this.
It's
Probably
blurry.
not. It's blurry, and my wrist don't bend that way. But like I'm dying to see. It says 2K22 new updates surprise. Then it says ... Like I want to know what that surprise is.
Wow.
Dom, I got this on a credit card. I am broke. Okay, so thank you very much. Actually, I lied. My wife used her Best Buy gift card. No, Best Buy credit card to buy this, so she is in debt. Thank you very much.
A little fancy pants here.
Actually, you know, I'm very proud because I get to wear this a lot more now that I've switched to careers, and I like fill up my fitness circles like all day now. Like all 3 rings they get filled up. Me and Dom have to have our own show talking about Bud Dwyer.
We had a conversation this morning in his kitchen about Bud Dwyer, actually.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Yeah, I feel like we'll have to have a Bud Dwyer episode, I feel now.
Yeah, a Bud Dwyer episode has to happen.
A Bud Dwyer 3-way.
If anyone doesn't know Bud Dwyer, our Bud Dwyer, look that shit up.
Episode coming soon. Oh God. All right.
Take that for content, Cass. Ha!
Politics. We're getting the hell out of here. We got UFC on soon.
We got UFC. We got Phillies who
Phils are on.
Coincidentally,
parlays.
no big deal. Ever since I won the jaBROni World Championship, they've been on a roll. I don't know. Not connected whatsoever.
You've ruined the wrestling world, but at least the Phillies are doing good.
Yeah.
All right. jaBROnis. Out.
jaBROni, jaBRONI, XYZ, ABC. Oh, it doesn't matter how you spell jaBROni.